we've been seeing a lot more RSV than usual.
At the Elina Clinic in Ramsey, pediatrician Dr. Eric Barth says he's seen more cases of respiratory syncytial virus in his patients.
Patients are presenting with fever, cough, congestion, runny nose, headache, those types of symptoms, and it's really hard to know whether we're dealing with COVID or influenza or RSV.
According to the Minnesota Department of Health, the number of patients hospitalized with RSV in the Twin Cities jumped this past week. The line in dark blue shows 75% are infants less than 1 year old.
Right now, the hospitals are full of patients with RSV. So the children's hospitals in particular have very low capacity, and they're operating a lot of times with limited staffing, which makes it even more challenging.
Typically, most children have been exposed to RSV by the age of 2. There are no vaccines for it. Doctors say the COVID-19 lockdown likely had a detrimental effect.
Now we've got kids who, again, have not had exposure to these viruses over the last couple of years, and now that we're returning to more normal activities, now they're getting hit with these viruses, and it's hitting them pretty hard.
To protect ourselves, we need to cover our cough and wash hands frequently. Doctors with young patients are bracing themselves for the cold and flu season with a triple threat of influenza, COVID, and RSV.
Here's a quick recap of the Tuesday, November 1st City Council meeting. The meeting started off by recognizing 3 promotions within the Coon Rapids Police Department.
I, Adam Jacobson, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States.
that I will support the Constitution of the United States.
Adam Jacobson was recently promoted to Captain of Professional Standards. He was hired as a patrol officer in 2005 and has served as a detective and a patrol sergeant. Interna Kim and Dan Freiberg are the newest sergeants on the police force. Kim was hired as a patrol officer in 2005 and has also been a detective and a canine handler. Freiberg started as a police officer in 2012 and most recently worked at the department's retail substation at Riverdale. Congratulations to all 3 men. Despite our mild fall weather, we all know winter is on the way. A reminder that winter parking restrictions are now in effect until April 1st. That means no parking on city streets between 2 and 6 a.m. and also after a snowfall of 3 or more inches until the street has been plowed curb to curb. Public Works crews appreciate everyone's cooperation. 2 Coon Rapids roadways will see year-round parking restrictions following action by the City Council this week. Parking is now banned on the east side of 125th Lane, which is located just north of Main Street and west of Shenandoah Boulevard. Another new ordinance bans parking on the south side of Mississippi Boulevard by the Mississippi River Regional Trail near Uplander Street. City officials hope the change will eliminate site obstructions and increase safety for pedestrians who use the trail. And that's a quick recap of the November 1st City Council meeting. As always, you can find the full meetings on cable or the CTN Coon Rapids YouTube channel.
Construction's almost done on the Bunker Hills Dog Park. The improvements, which began in September, include paving over the old gravel parking lot. There's a new concrete sidewalk which leads up to the dog park entrance. Inside the large dog park area, there's now an 8-foot wide paved trail loop which connects up to the Bunker Hills Trail system. Both the big and small dog areas have an ADA bench pad where visitors can sit and relax. Anoka County Parks awaits a few finishing touches, like installing the gates for the new corral area and putting up signs. The dog park should reopen later this month. These are the first significant improvements to the park since it first opened in 2013. The Bunker Hills Dog Park is a joint venture between Anoka County and the cities of Coon Rapids and Andover.
Ready? 1, 2, down, up, squeeze.
A nonprofit business that caters to youth interested in cheerleading celebrated its first anniversary this summer.
7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, up 1.
AMP Athletics moved into its new home in the spring of 2021 and was up and running that summer.
We moved in the middle of the pandemic, so that was definitely interesting. It definitely had its own little set of challenges on top of just starting an organization to begin with. The community came out and really gave us the support, and the interest was there, and it's just been growing ever since.
Pike, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, turn 7, 8.
AMP offers weekly classes for kids ranging in age from 18 months to 18 years. They also offer competitive teams at certain times of the year, along with clinics, camps, and open gyms.
And the first thing they ask is, how young is too young? I'm like, if they can stand, I can work with them. Nice.
Hammock grew up doing gymnastics and switched to cheerleading in college. What started as a part-time gig 2 years after college turned into a full-time job this year when she became program director.
I really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun.
AMP's mission is to provide the highest quality instruction at an affordable price. The nonprofit is governed by a volunteer board of directors, and day-to-day operations are run by an administrative team. In addition to program fees and fundraising efforts, they rely on donations to keep the doors open.
Hit 1.
It's been really nice because I think for a lot of the athletes that come in and maybe dance hasn't been their thing, gymnastics isn't quite their thing, this is a really good medley of the two. And so they feel like they have a place, they feel like they have a sport that fits them, and you can just see them light up when they come in. It's awesome.
It's a way to make it work in a tight space and try to achieve our goals.
Dozens of people turned out Thursday night for the final open house for the Highway 610 and East River Road interchange project. The city is still waiting for MnDOT approval for the layout, which proposes a northeast loop as the off-ramp from westbound 610 to East River Road. An on-ramp from East River Road to eastbound 610 would also be constructed to complete the interchange.
This is the design we're moving forward with. So if it falls into place that MnDOT agrees, then we're just solely waiting for construction dollars. Then we know we're building this thing in this location without a doubt. Now how do we afford it?
The project is estimated to cost between $30 and $35 million. If the necessary funding is secured, the earliest construction could start is 2024, but more likely 2025 or 2026. 6 single-family homes and 1 business would need to be acquired to construct the interchange. In addition to improved access, city officials say the project would help support economic growth in the industrial park, improved safety, and help first responders heading to emergency calls on the highway. The holiday shopping season is upon us, and if you're looking for a few bargains, you want to head to the Coon Rapids Civic Center on Thursday, November 10th. The Coon Rapids Super Senior Club is holding its annual Bazaar and Flea Market from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. You can find everything from crafts to a flea market and a Christmas room. There's also a bake sale, refreshments, and raffles. Proceeds from the bazaar go to help support those in need in the community.
Luncheon at noon, tea at 4:30, and dinner at 7:45.
Theater students at Anoka Ramsey Community College are back on stage with a new production. They are staging Enchanted April, which is set after World War I and centers around 4 women who feel lost in their lives.
2 of them are unhappy in their marriages, they're getting swept up in this fast-paced London lifestyle, and they don't know what they want out of life, and so they decide they want out, and they go on a vacation to try and rediscover themselves and figure out who they are and what they want out of life.
For me, the message that I have been taking away has been people can go through things, people go through things that you might not think about, but there's always going to be beauty at the end of it.
Enchanted April is being staged October 28th and 29th, and again November 3rd, 5th, and 6th at 7:30 p.m. Tickets are free and general admission seating. For more information, log on to arcctheater.com.
Let's see a little bit more of the angling down of that club face.
GolfTech started its golf instruction operations at Bunker Hills back in 2013. Now, for the first time, the center's getting a remodel.
It's nice to have a bit of a brand refresh and get us up to date.
As you enter the building, you'll notice the new carpet on the floor for golfers who want to work on their short game.
And we're now going to have indoor putting green, which is great for our putting lessons, so we can showcase some of our putting technology now.
The two bays have also been updated with new carpet.
We used to have like a black rubber flooring, which was a bit problematic.
In addition to the new flooring, they've installed LED can lighting, which is meant to enhance the 3D technology used by GolfTech.
The clarity of the images should be a little bit better with the new lighting, plus the addition of the black carpet.
In the lobby, there's still more work which needs to be done. GolfTech hopes the reopening of the center will be just a couple of weeks away.
Our days are numbered outdoors, so it'll be really fun to get back inside and get back to work with all of our students who are eagerly anticipating the reopening.
Hundreds of families came out to Rocky's Pumpkin Patch in Sand Creek Park on Saturday. Lots of boys and ghouls dressed in Halloween costumes stood in line as organizations, youth groups, and clubs handed out candy to trick-or-treaters.
Trick or treat!
And there were so many fun things to do for everyone. Getting a picture taken with Rocky was near the top of the list. And then there was the pumpkin patch, with hundreds of pumpkins to choose from, all for free. With a record turnout of over 3,000 people from Coon Rapids and the surrounding area, this year's event will be remembered for years to come.
We are in desperate need of an upgrade here.
This week, officials from Blaine and Anoka County invited lawmakers from the state and federal level to take a closer look at a dangerous stretch of Highway 65, which cuts through Blaine.
5 of those intersections are the most congested, dangerous, and deadly intersections in the entire 7-county region.
The Blaine Police Department averages 10 calls a day for accidents on Highway 65.
We are on track to eclipse over 3,500 calls this year alone on Highway 65 in Blaine. Okay. That's staggering.
The City of Blaine, Anoka County, and MnDOT have been working on plans to improve access and safety on Highway 65. The improvements would include overpasses at major intersections, which would also improve traffic flow.
Right now, the traveling in the entire corridor from Ham Lake to Spring Lake Park during the busiest periods can take 40 minutes. After these are built, 10 minutes.
There are 3 alternatives that were developed with this project. We're steamrolling ahead. There's been money secured already. There's still a ways to go, and we're going to be ready if that money hits the ground.
The reconstruction project has secured $23 million to date of an estimated cost of $163 million. Funding applications have been made at both the state and federal level to push the project forward.
This project is a significant project. There are many phases to it, but it's critical that it starts now. It's critical that shovels go in the ground here in the next year.
New home, lots of cardboard.
Judy Watkey is a frequent visitor to the Coon Rapids Recycling Center.
I've been coming to the recycling center since the beginning.
In fact, 2 decades ago, during her first visit to the recycling center, she was featured in an article and photo in the Star Tribune.
This is the jacket I was wearing then. I'm somebody who doesn't like to throw things away.
Judy isn't the only one who's conscientious about what ends up in the garbage. Plenty of local residents and small businesses use the recycling center, which is now in the midst of a big expansion project that will continue into spring.
If you don't need to come in and it's a little crazy and busy in here, it's going to be easier for you to park outside and enter through the side gates.
Carts are available for those who need them, and you can still drive into the center if you have big, bulky items. You're just asked to slow down and watch for pedestrians.
So there are spots along the way, so if you come in the yard for certain items, there are designated parking spots for those items.
The project includes the renovation of the main building that houses the cashier and office area. Also, a 130-foot-long building will be constructed on the east side of the center. It will house bales of recycling materials, styrofoam, and a garage, along with a reuse room.
We get paint, we get a lot of materials that come in here who have a lot of life left in them, or they're brand new and never been used.
Oh, it's really cool. When I go by a garbage can, a dumpster, it just breaks my heart to see things in there that I know could be recycled, that we could be reusing for good, and just keep it out of the landfills.
A little construction won't stop Judy Watke from using the recycling center in the coming months, and she hopes others will continue to do the same.
When I showed up today with a trunk full of recycling, I had no idea you would be here, but it just touched my heart that you're here with a camera telling the story of just how this place is growing and will provide for even more people to bring their goods in.
It's just great to be back in the schools again.
On Tuesday, students at Eisenhower Elementary got a special visit from Sparky the fire dog, along with Coon Rapids firefighters.
Part of your escape plan, you need to have a working smoke detector, right?
They shared their Fire Prevention Week message, which reminds us that fire won't wait. Plan your escape.
So that's why you need to practice your escape plan and get efficient at it so you can get out of your house under 2 minutes. That's the key. Get out of your house in 2 minutes.
This was the first time the firefighters were back in the schools since the COVID-19 pandemic. Student volunteers got to put the escape plan into practice.
The reason for that is smoke rises, it's lighter than air. That's why our smoke alarms are at the ceiling.
I really think the modeling, bringing in, equipment, door, window, things like that for kids to actually see and just really kind of go through experience and have it be modeled for them is really, really effective.
What number do you call in an emergency?
If I practice my escape plan with my family.
This week, the firefighters will take their fire prevention message to every elementary school in the city.
So we like to have everybody go to their meeting spot, which is a fire hydrant, a tree, or a mailbox, something that does not move.
It's an important message they'll be sure to bring home.
They'll be talking about it for weeks.
Want to know the who, what, when, and where of Coon Rapids? Then follow CTN on social media. It's that simple. Whether it's Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, keep up with local news, sports, and events. And the people who make our community such a great place to live. So give us a follow, like, share, or subscribe, and always be the first to know what's up in Coon Rapids. That's CTN, helping you stay connected.
Welcome to the Coon Rapids Civic Center. We are conveniently located off of Highway 10 and Hanson Boulevard with plenty of on-site parking for you and your guests. You and your guests will enter the Civic Center through the main doors located at the south end of the City Center building. Come on in. Our banquet and meeting rooms are conveniently located just a few short steps down the hallway, along with our restrooms. The banquet room consists of 3 separate rooms that open up to one another. When both walls are open, the room can seat up to 230 guests comfortably. Civic rooms A and B each seat 80 guests, and when the wall is open, 160 guests can be comfortably seated. Both Civic Rooms A and B have direct access to the rear courtyard with tables and seating for your guests, lawn space for games and gatherings, and the gazebo where we host many weddings throughout the year. Yes, we've even hosted a December wedding. Civic Room C is used as a meeting room during the week and as a party room over the weekend. As a meeting room, Civic Room C seats 45 attendees at classroom-style tables. As a party room, Civic Room C seats 60 guests at round tables. Plus, there is room for tables for food, beverages, gifts, and displays. Beyond the patio area outside of Civic Rooms A and B is a gazebo with a beautiful lawn area with room enough to seat 230 of your closest friends. You are welcome to decorate with floral sprays, tulle, and twinkle lights. White wedding chairs are available for rent. Our commercial kitchen is available to everyone with an event that day. You are welcome to use the large refrigerator, the microwave oven, and the ice maker. To keep your food warm, we encourage you to bring roasting pans or crock pots, or even chafing dishes. In addition to the banquet room, the Civic Center also features 3 meeting rooms. The Arts and Crafts room is perfect for scout meetings or birthday parties with its large tables, counter space, and sink with running water. The conference room features a large table with seating for 14, plus additional seating along the wall. We hope you visit the Coon Rapids Civic Center soon and consider us for your next gathering.
As you know, CTN's on YouTube, and we're on in a big way. We have thousands of videos online to help you stay connected to Coon Rapids on any device, at home, or on the go. And it's because of your faithful viewership that we can celebrate 10,000 subscribers to the CTN YouTube page. Thank you for your support as we continue to keep you connected.